Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Sprint. Good afternoon, good evening. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. And we hope to make your day even better because right here on the Morning Sprint, we're all about the good news. We're all about the stories that are coming out of our community that'll make you smile, the awareness that some of our community leaders and even some of our community members are raising for certain issues. Videos that'll make your heart stop. For example, this one right here coming up later on in the Sprint. Check it out, man. This is a cliff rescue caught on camera. If you're looking at your screen right now, you see this night vision footage. But check this out. That little image right there is a person stuck, hanging on for his dear life. We talk about all of it from the first responders' perspective. We got the breakdown of the full story coming up later in the Sprint. You do not want to miss it because all of you mountain climbers and hikers out there, this is kind of another reminder to you that you may want to be just a little bit more careful whenever you are doing all of your rope climbing and stuff. It's stuff that's not in my nature of doing, but I will say that, hey, if this is a part of your routine, this is definitely a reminder to be careful. All right, first, we got to get to this real quick. I think this is really, really a good initiative going on right now. We were talking about it earlier today, but get this. New ways to stop sexual and human trafficking. The Roanoke Blacksburg Regional Airport installed emergency phones in all the public restrooms. They hope to connect victims of human trafficking, assault, or any situations where someone needs police assistance with real-time support. Restrooms are one of the few places where victims are separated from their traffickers or abusers. There are signs next to the phones and in their own restroom stalls with information and instructions in multiple languages. This is something that by far I am 100% on board with because, again, we see all too often these human trafficking situations where a victim has to go to the bathroom and the trafficker is just sitting on the outside of the bathroom because obviously them going in, it's going to raise some red flags. Having this resource or some type of connection or contact to be able to reach out for help and just stay in there is just, I think it will go a long way. This is something that a lot of places I think need to do and need to implement, especially, unfortunately with sex trafficking and human trafficking happening crazily at the border, sometimes in our backyard, So, yeah, the fact of the matter is that they came up with this and they're giving people the instructions on how to call and how to reach out for help and basically how to, run away from your attacker. That is something I think is just critical and crucial. And I can only imagine if there is a victim, heaven forbid, that has to go to the restroom and they see this option in there and they use it. And then next thing you know, they are being rescued by law enforcement. You realize just how much of a blessing it was just to have something as simple as this. So, yeah, I'm all about this. I hope more places implement this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think this is a good idea? You think it's a bad idea? I don't. It would be hard for me to understand why it would be a bad idea for people out there who may not agree with this. But no, 100%, this is something I think is needed, and I hope it goes into a lot of public bathrooms and public locations for our victims out there. Because, again, you never know who you're looking at. You never know if who you're standing by is a victim or not. So having that resource at their hands and at their disposal, is a really good deal. Moving on, man, pinwheels are beginning to pop up and line the streets of Roanoke and Christiansburg. Bring awareness to Child Abuse Prevention Month. Okay, so Child Protective Services says more than 5,000 children were reportedly abused in the Commonwealth last year. The goal of this month is to educate people about the signs of child abuse, like unexplained injuries or a child being scared to go somewhere or spend time with someone. Nonprofit NRV Cares focuses on prevention all year round.
So it's really big for us to get word out around our community and get the awareness around the need that child abuse is unfortunately here. It's not something we like to talk about or think about, but it's still around in our community, and it is up to us as adults to help to eradicate it.
This month, NRV Cares will host Spring Family Fun Festivals to provide free activities and resources for families. Another Excuse me, Laura, another good resource, I think, as far as that awareness that we're raising in our community and organizations dedicated to protecting our most vulnerable. It's sad because I know for many kids out there, going to school is one of the safest places for people to go or for these children to go because they don't want to go back home or something that they're in their home life is disturbed or something is going on to where they need a safe space. And that safe space for a lot of families who are having to deal with this type of stuff is at school with their teachers, surrounded by those type of resources that will protect them in that moment or just for those few hours of their day. So when you got a pinwheel, something as simple as that, kind of bringing you back to reality of seeing that the reality of some of these babies are going home and being abused, it makes you want to fight harder and it makes you want to keep your eyes open wider when you're out in public and when you see things that are red flags, walking red flags to begin with. So let this month be a month for you guys to, again, remind yourselves just to look out for another. I know a lot of people, I forget exactly what it's called. It's like a bystander syndrome where you see something, but you do not want to be involved in it. Nuh-uh. We need to, whenever it comes down to kids, and wrong things in general, but kids specifically, if you see something real weird happening, and if you got a concern, odds are you got that concern for a reason. So, again, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and let's do a better job at protecting our babies in this world right now. Now, speaking of our babies, if they need a job, man, we got a really good hookup for them happening at a job fair that's taking place at the Roanoke Higher Educational Center. They're eager for students at this year's Roanoke City Public Schools job fair because it's happening tomorrow, Berglund Center, 3 to 6:30 p.m. And get this, there are jobs like Chick-fil-A, First Bank, and again, the Roanoke Higher Education Center, okay? So basically, the job fair is for students in 9th through 12th grade. They are told to dress for success and bring your IDs. Students will also be interviewed on the spot. Parents are also encouraged to attend because employers say that they may be interested in hiring them as well. People from summer camps to the AI industry will be at the event. Buses will pick students up from school and take them to the job fair at the Berglund Center. And there will also be resources for students with disabilities. So another great deal for our kiddos to get them into the real world of earning a living and getting that started off. And again, when they say dress to impress, man, I remember back in the day, and I say back in the day, but yeah, about a decade ago or so, when I was in high school, I remember I used to be excited to go to these different fairs because it's an opportunity to dress as professional as you possibly can, make an impression, and the simple fact of the matter is that, yes, people are hiring nowadays. They need workers. So having that kickstart into having some type of employment is always cool because it teaches you lessons that a lot of kids who never have been given that chance to get a job and stuff. It teaches you responsibility, skills, and all type of stuff prior to you even getting into college, So having those options is cool. So if you guys are in need of a job, I strongly suggest you go out to this job fair. And it's so funny because this is how much people are hiring or needing employees. They say even the parents can come dressed to impress as well with your resumes and stuff because you may be getting a job as well. So, a lot of good opportunities right there for people to try to, especially with the economy right now, everybody and their mama need a job, including the parents sometimes, just to make ends meet, So there's an opportunity for us to take care of. Again, that's going down at the Berglund Center tomorrow from 3 to 6:30 p.m. Who wants to be a billionaire? Because if you don't want to get a job, you better start trying your luck at the Powerball jackpot because, again, with nobody winning the numbers, that money reached $1 billion. Okay? Jackpot. Estimated $1.2 billion specifically and will likely grow before tonight's numbers are pulled. Virginia Lottery says there's a couple of reasons we're seeing the jackpots hit the $1 billion mark, and that's because the prices of the tickets have gone from $1 to $2. And when the number gets big, like that big, huge jackpot number grows, a lot of people want to play it, man. So the profit from the lottery tickets here in Virginia are invested back into the K through 12 education. Tonight's drawing is at 10:59 p.m. So again, I'm going to get my ticket, but I tell people, okay, so I'm trying to play the system here, even though I know it doesn't work because again, we know the chances and the odds of winning this is just nearly impossible. But I've learned that the later you go to get your ticket, the more you would match a number. Well, I say that, but I've only had luck with matching one or two numbers whenever I've gotten a ticket super late. But hey, it gives me hope because I'm just like, man, one day this mud is just going to randomly shuffle and get the right numbers like across the board. And that would be the happiest day of my life and probably the scariest day of my life as well, because that's a lot of money. I don't even understand what to even do with that amount of money. But something else that I think is a good idea. Okay, so hear me out. And I'm going to give you guys my secret, because if I give you my secret and it works, you guys need to split something with me. I just need at least maybe 4% of your earnings. But I have reached out to some of my close friends in different areas around the country that are more populated than right here in Roanoke. And what we're going to do, all of us, we're going to go buy tickets, see what happens. And if one of us wins something, we split it. And if we split it and I'm not here, which I probably would show up, you guys would never know that I won the lottery. Like, well, I would hope that I wouldn't have to identify myself. I think, Virginia, you have to identify yourself. I'm not sure. I will fight it. I might get a lookalike. I'll pay for a lookalike to stand in my place and take a picture and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to try that route this go round and see what happens. And if I match 3 numbers, then that means I'm getting closer and closer to figuring it out. So you guys wish me luck. I wish you luck. And again, if you take up my advice with doing that and you happen to win something, please remember me. Don't forget me. All right, guys, coming up after the break, we're going to get into some more of your good stories coming out of the community, man. For example, we're recognizing a firefighter for his accomplishments. We got a really big, popular staple restaurant opening a new location that a lot of people are pumped about. And we're talking about this bad boy right here is dealing with a cliff rescue that is just going to make your heart stop. I would never, ever want to be in this position. But again, we're going to break down exactly what happened from the first responders' perspective. All that good stuff coming up after the break. Welcome back, guys, to the Sprint. I hope you're having a great, great evening or afternoon so far. We are always having a good time with you guys, sharing the good stories coming out of our communities. For example, we got to give some love to this Roanoke City firefighter because he did a good job as a firefighter, one, and it's award-winning, presented by the Veterans of Foreign Wars Department of Virginia. His name is Captain Peter Matheson. He received the honor for his commitment to organizing Roanoke's annual September 11 Memorial Stair Climb. Over the past 3 years, he has helped raise more than $68,000 to support families of fallen firefighters. So yeah, big congratulations to him. Definitely deserves it because again, that's one of the times in our histories that will rock everybody. You know, just hearing about the events on that day, 9/11, and seeing how many families are still suffering from what happened during that awful terror attack. But the fact of the matter is that we have people on a local level, our first responders being recognized for what they have done and what they're contributing to try to help people who are still suffering from that situation. That right there is a blessing. So we take our hats off to you. We cannot say thank you enough, Captain Peter. You keep on doing your thing, man. Keep on raising awareness. Keep on raising funds. And like I said, your blessings are definitely noticed. And I know they're going a long way being recognized for those families out there who definitely need the help the most. All right. Also got some good news out there for people who love them some Kenny's and more. Check this out. They will have a grand opening for their new location today. Not only is it set to have the chicken and burgers that the restaurant is famous for, like its other location in Lynchburg, but it's also set to have grocery store to sell alcohol and lotto tickets for one-stop shop for everything. 10 News will have a crew there at the grand opening, at the grand opening. But what I tell you, this is cool. I know a lot of people are excited about it. I think I had Kenny's one time. I was on a story, and Yeah, I think it was. One time I was on a story and we stopped by, and by far, like, that was a really, really, really good little burger. I tasted, and I also got some seafood, so that was that was really good too. I mean, they got a little bit of everything, I think, in that kitchen. But the fact of the matter is that they are known they're well known to the point where they're opening another location to give people another opportunity to give them taste what they got, and taste what makes them such a staple. It's always cool in the community, I think, and especially good for an economic standpoint as well. So if you guys are interested in that, figure out the specific details and all that good stuff, go to our website at WSLS.com. Now, it is time to talk about this heart-stopping cliff rescue, okay? First responders in Michigan saved the life that went down with this particular rescue mission. It was super duper scary, and I'm gonna let you guys check it out yourself so you can see exactly how scary it was, and how, again, if you're a rock climber, if you like to go hiking and stuff, this is a reminder to be extra careful.
Take a look at this.
Hey, don't let go, man. Don't let go, okay? Don't let go.
Rescuers from the Sonoma County Sheriff's Office using their helicopter's thermal imaging camera to find a man who had fallen nearly 60 feet down a cliff in the Golden Gate National Recreation Area.
Slide your left hand in here, brother. There you go. All right, here. Right hand through. There you go.
The man clinging to the side of the cliff was in grave danger until the tactical flight officer was able to reach him and lift him to safety.
The rescuer afterwards, speaking with him, said that was one of the most precarious rescues because of how the victim was grabbing on and how quickly they were to letting go.
Once successfully flown to the top of the cliff, the man received a medical evaluation, a happy ending to a harrowing helicopter rescue. I'm Cole Higgins.
Yeah, so again, a situation nobody ever wants to find themselves in. Let's get to Jazzy Jazz right now. Jazz, does this not make you like hold your breath a little bit?
Yeah, it definitely gave me chills, and I'm really glad they got to him in time and they were able to rescue his life. This moment is going to be something that not only sticks with, was a little boy or a grown man?
It was a man. Sorry, I was like, my script had something in there, but yeah, it was a man.
Okay. So it's going to be a moment that's going to stick with this man for the rest of his life, as well as the first responders. This is the most precarious rescue they've ever had. So just thank God for first responders, because I can't even begin to imagine how long this could have went, and just the amount of fear that must have been coursing through this man as he was holding on for his dear life. So God bless those first responders, and they are well deserving of the award that's coming up for them here soon.
Yeah, no, and definitely, and another thing that kind of makes it stand out. So you think to yourself, okay, I'm pretty sure he was scared as all get out up there. But can you imagine what the first responders were thinking, trying to make sure, like, any wrong move could have ended horribly?
Because it's a lot, like I said, it's a moment that not only will stick with the man for a while, but also the first responders, because I couldn't imagine, like, the anxiety and the pressure to perform. I mean, they've been training all their lives for moments like these, but like you said, one wrong move and it could have went horribly wrong, and that guilt would have stayed with them for a while. So I'm glad that everything went okay and everyone is safe. And again, shout out to those first responders for doing what it takes to save someone's life, and even risking their lives to make sure that this man was able to see another day. So,
yeah, I bet you that probably be the last time that man ever try to look at a mountain again.
Oh, for sure. That's traumatizing.
Very, very much so. So, Jazz, have you ever had a Kenny's burger?
Have I ever had a what?
One of the Kenny's burgers, the thing that's coming up.
I need to go try it, because a lot of people were really excited about it. Like, you posted it on social, and they got hundreds of interactions. So I know everyone's super excited about it, and I love a good burger.
Yeah.
Go try it out.
Yeah, no, maybe one of our neighborhood fixers will go up and kind of give them a spotlight, because they're a staple for a reason.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, I mean, like I said, they're well known within the area. And when we posted they were making a comeback, it went crazy on social media. People are really excited to see them coming back to the area, and I can already tell they had such a significant impact on just community members, and they left their mark. So it's good that they're making a return.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, Jazz, do you got anything else for us, girlie?
No, that's it for me.
All right, girl. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye.
Bye. Well, yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that heart-stopping video of a rescue going down. And again, if you want to go back and check it out, obviously we got it on our website. But again, we always talk about the different stories that'll keep you guys talking, the things that you guys want to hear kind of fleshed out a little bit more. We will talk more in detail about the different community events. Because sometimes what makes the sprint different, just a reminder, is that we will look at all of the stories that we're going over in the day. And we already know how heavy the news cycle can be with murders and deaths and war and all that stuff. Well, we'll take and look at the good that's happening out of our community here on a local level, just reminding people that there is positive out there. There's something that'll take that weight off your shoulder and take the stress of the whole political drama right now and all these extra things, and again, different stories that we could talk about and enjoy in a conversation of a back and forth, which is something that we welcome. So if you guys go back and watch this show at a later time, know that there's a comment section there for a reason. We love hearing what you guys got to say. We love to hear that feedback. We love to hear your opinions. And sometimes if they get real fun or interesting, we definitely give you shout outs about it the next day. So either way, thanks so much for joining us on this hump day on The Sprint. We'll be back here again tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, 12:30 and 6:30 at WSLS.com. We'll see you then.